General Eric Holder is now stonewalling Congress and demanding answers. Congressman Trey Gowdy serves on the House Judiciary Committee, and he joins us now. Congressman, nice to see you this morning.
Good morning.
Do you feel like you're at the end of your rope with this? You've tried, it seems, now with the Gowdy amendment to try to get, which passed the House on Tuesday, to try to cut pay to Eric Holder, and which passed. Can you do anything more right now to try to get answers, to try to hold the Department of Justice accountable for this?
Yeah, there's one major thing we can do. We have one major arrow in our quiver, and it's called contempt of Congress, and it's what several of us would like to see House leadership pursue. And again, I feel like I have to stress this every time. I'm a former prosecutor who takes no delight in this. This is not a political exercise to me, but it's been over a year. We have a dead Border Patrol agent. We have hundreds of dead Mexican citizens. I don't know the answers to the questions I'm going to get when I go to the grocery store right after this interview. It's been a year, and I don't think it's too much to ask for the Department of Justice, not the Department of Politics, the Department of Justice, to answer some pretty fundamental questions about this operation. Is
that what you want here? It's just some basic answers? Because with your amendment, which passed on Tuesday, would cut $1 million from the General Administration Fund of the DOJ, presumably cutting the pay of the Attorney General himself. Is that all you want? Just some simple answers as to who is accountable and where and who knew what when as it relates to Fast and Furious?
That's it, and I'll do one better than that. I'll write out the questions that I want the answers to. And, you know, the answers may exonerate or may inculpate the Department of Justice. They could exculpate, they could clear them, they could implicate them. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. So I will write out the questions, answer them for us truthfully. If no one's done anything wrong, then I'll move on to something else. The only reason I moved to cut the money is because nothing else we're doing is getting their attention. And I'll be the first to ask that the money be restored if they'll just do what an attorney general or any officer of the court ought to do, which is answer legitimate questions. But when you obfuscate and slow walk and stonewall, you know, Congress has a responsibility to provide oversight. I don't just have to take Eric Holder's word for things. There are emails that we haven't seen. There are 22 categories of documents that we haven't seen.
Right.
I don't think it's too much to ask that you turn over the documents.
What about politics and all this? Obviously, everything we know in an election year is all put through the political prism. Do you think that Attorney General Eric Holder will be on the minds of voters as they go into the ballot box? Do you think he's a liability? In an interview with the Daily Caller, you said, yes, in fact, it may rise to the level where he could put the president's reelection bid in jeopardy. Do you think he needs to fire him?
Well, I've said for a while now that I've lost confidence in his ability to lead the agency. And again, it's not a political exercise to me. I hold that office in higher esteem and higher stead than your average cabinet-level position. What I said to NRA News, which I think was then picked up by someone else, is, you know, I was asked, what will it take for Eric Holder to be gone? And I said, as soon as he becomes a political liability for a president who is obsessed with re-election, he'll be back in private practice. You know, the president has, as your last segment just proved, has shown a certain flexibility, if we will, with respect to positions. And I suspect that includes whether or not to keep cabinet-level officials like Eric Holder or Stephen Chu or Kathleen Sebelius or anyone else who may jeopardize his reelection.
Yeah. Representative Trey Gowdy, we appreciate you joining us this morning. Certainly a hot week with your amendment having passed the House. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to all your viewers.
Thanks so much. Coming up on the show, how about a government study about the overuse of government studies? Yep, they've just issued a study on how to do it. No, we're not kidding about it. It's your tax dollars at work, straight out of the Pentagon. And one mom saying things about her kids most parents would never admit, but feel every day. Her confessional coming up. What is it? What are moms really thinking?
She's gone. I better learn how to face. She's gone.
What's in your energy drink?
Power Surge. Let it blow your mind.
For fruits, veggies, and natural green tea energy, new V8 V Fusion Plus.